And welcome back to Let's Play Liberia and Victoria 3, Path to Liberty. And now, as we have regained our liberty, we're sure using it to bully our neighbors into giving us money. That's essentially what's happening right now. So far, Messina and Sego has fallen to us, but luckily, there is a benefit for them as well. As you can see, their GDPs have grown quite considerably ever since we've incorporated them into our sphere of influence, so we will use that as a justification. Of course, our end goal is to try and kick out France of the region. Great Britain so far occupies more of a desert environment here, so we're not gonna contest them yet, but we might use them against the French. But until that happens, we still have to expand as much as our current situation allows us to. By the way, my apologies about the volume. I hope that this time it sounds good. Basically, it's very hard to know what it's gonna sound like before you upload to YouTube. It sounds one way on my headphones, it sounds very differently on my phone, and as I can see from the comments, it's sometimes too loud, it's sometimes too quiet, so I'll try to do my best this time and make sure that you can hear it, but not too loud. And if you can't hear it, then, well, I'm trying, okay? So, let's unpause and let's see what we can do about incorporating this region into Liberia so we can, in fact, vassalize Futa Toro. And then this happily enforced family will continue to expand into what is now Nigeria. Right, so let's see. Is anybody against us conquering Carta? So far, no great nations seem to be predisposed against us. But there is a wild card, which is called France, and they might go against us. I'm looking into any possibilities of preventing that from happening, but so far there's no way of us having an alliance with them. Let's see if we can get help somewhere else. Great Britain can make us into a protectorate, but that's not exactly desirable for us right now. Who else could be helpful? I don't see anybody who would like to do an alliance with us. Let's see, diplomatic actions, defensive pact. Who could help us out? We don't have a lot of friends. I guess because we're notorious for vassalizing our neighbors. Still, it appears that nobody would be helping us here. Let's see, do we have any construction right now? And additionally, are we at war? Oh, this is not our diplomatic play, is it though? Yes. Maybe, but should I? I feel bad about helping the British in the region. I should be on the side of Air, I assume it's called. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly how to pronounce everything here. That would be an interesting exercise. Could I actually beat the British though? That's interesting. Probably not. But let's see how the diplomatic play goes. Maybe we can actually join one of the opponents. Or Britain could ask us to join, and then they would owe us an obligation that we could use against the French. There's really a lot of moral play coming up against, what do you call it? Realpolitik, as was called by Otto von Bismarck. Right, the political wills and desires of the lower classes will always remain an opaque matter. For whatever reason though, support for proportional taxation has spread like wildfire across Liberia, spurred on by charismatic speakers and lively debates in small-time social clubs. Oh, speaking of taxation, somebody told me I should definitely go for graduated taxation, right? I'm gonna say no to that, because I want more taxes, essentially. Right now, I'm pretty sure that our standard of living is okay. Additionally, I don't think that, as you can see, gratuity taxation will only give us 5,000 more than now, while proportional taxation will give us 8,000, while still being a little bit more fair than just per capita taxation. So that's why I'm more inclined to go with proportional taxation. I hope that clarifies it. But sure, maybe there's an angle that I'm missing. But right now the taxes are low anyway, so I don't feel like it's a big issue. We can actually raise the wages of military and government workers, thus making those two groups much happier with us. Okay, I don't think we need to have... Why are they mobilized? Is that supposed to be like that? We're not in a conflict right now. Well, instead of being confused about that, I will just build some buildings. Let's see, what do we have here? Our synthetics plants are doing great. Let's build more. Here we don't have any population that we could use in manufacturing, but we could make more shirts in Liberian Windward Coast. So we'll do that. Let's see, are we improving our relations with... I think we are, or we already have improved them. Yes, they're amicable. Tell you what about those amicable relations with France? They still might go to war against you, so that's not a guarantee. But let's see, perhaps France is in a bit of a conflict over... Oh, yes, they are. Oh, look at the... Oh, ho, 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 ho. They're busy with Prussia. You know what happens when France is busy with Prussia? They don't have time to look at Africa. So, let's look into incorporating Carta into our country. Do we have anything in common with the people in Carta? Let's check our population. So yeah, of course, our primary culture has only African heritage with Carta. I wonder if it's possible to change our primary culture. Because at this point, I don't think it makes sense to call them Afro-Americans. Historically, they were known as Americo-Liberians, right? Are you an Afro-American if you've been living for 5 generations in Liberia? I don't think so, but I guess it's not my place to say that. That's for Paradox to say. They're the ones we listen to. Right. Either way, never a better chance to try and have a war with our neighbor. Let's go. Let's do it. And let's hope that no large country will go against us. Since we're a bully, we don't like when somebody stands up against us. Interestingly enough, we're not even using all of our construction capacity, so let's expand some other factories as well. I wonder, when does the economy of scale bonus stop applying? Right, so we have a lot of different shortages in goods because, yes, we have low market access in Liberia. So we need to improve that. And we will do that by building a port. Right, so at this front so far, it's looking like... Let's see, is there anybody joining Carta? Yuta Jalon is considering that. Please do. If you do, there might be consequences that are very positive for me, so, you know, think about it. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking at France. Hopefully occupied in... Oh. Well, look at that. I do wonder... What is that? Just a little bit of a lag. Okay. Ooh. It really started lagging here. Let's see. So, France is at war with Prussia. What is that about? What are you guys fighting about? Prussia versus Saxe-Meiningen. Okay, so wait, doesn't make sense. There's no Saxe-Meiningen in the war itself. So they tapped out. Anytime now, this war will end. Hopefully before my war starts. Oh, okay, I see. So somebody has decided Britain. Okay, so my nemesis from now on is Great Britain. Let's try to get Dutch in on the war. No, they don't want to fight in this war. Oh, this is not good for me right now. Let's see. Okay, well, Britain, are you busy with anything else? Huh. Well, this war is costing them a lot. Right. This might go good for me. Let's see. Oh no, please don't tell me they're just irregular infantry. Skirmish infantry. I'm just gonna modernize them, regardless of the malice that we will receive. I think actually the malice will be not as bad compared to just having them as unorganized militia. Right. Yeah, this looks awful. Maybe we can convince Britain to back. No, we can't convince them. There is a small chance that they will just ignore this war. Let's hope for that. By the way, what is their war goal? So they entered the war and they want to open Segovia. Actually, I could... If I quickly take over Carta, I'm okay with Segovia market being open to Britain. Whatever that means. I don't think that will be a negative for me anyway. I don't really depend on their production. What do we have in Segovia? Oh, we have a shirt factory. Some cotton, food, cigars. You can have it if you want. Right, let's see. We still have the issue here. Oh, I'm gonna expand it in 20 weeks, so that's soon enough for me. High tensions, Liberia and Luango. I assume that it's here. Not really an issue for me. Input goods shortage in the Spanish market. Yeah, I have no navy, so I'm not gonna help you out with that. We are stockpiling gold. I am well aware of that, actually. Oh, and we have proportional taxation. That means more gold being stockpiled. All the gold in the world that we have no use for. But I think actually... Oh, look at that. So it improves... Oh, can we... Oh, no. I completely forgot. Yeah, it's the Dutch, and we already owe them an obligation. Right, let's get into this. Ooh. The British are really throwing their weight against the Messina, but we're here in the front with Carta. I'm sure we're gonna take it over quickly. Yep, that's going fast. As are the British going fast, but the race is for us to take over Carta. Let's see how it works. Go, go, go. Speed, run it, please. Mr. Rural Man, moderate person. What's your name? Jeremiah Dalton. I like that. Nothing like good old Jeremiah taking over the country of Carta quickly. And they should just capitulate fast. Once that happens. Come on. Just capitulate, please. Right, what else is happening? We have some unused construction capacity. Oh, let's expand our iron mines. We still have quite a lot of peasants. The moment we don't have any more peasants, it's going to be chaos. Because the labor cost is going to be insane. If you play as a small country and you essentially industrialize your whole population, an interesting thing happens. Your standard of living, I love when I say quality of life, standard of living explodes, and standard of living makes salaries for factory workers much higher. And the result of that is your shirt factory might be making 34 in productivity, but because of the high salaries, it's not really making any profit. So as you can see, for example, this chair factory is okay, right? It's not doing great, even though it's 22, and as you can remember, before 22 would be a green. So sometimes you look at that and you see 34 and it's in the red. So that is the result of rapidly increasing standard of living. It's not good for the factory owners, I guess. This says a lot about society. Right. As far as I can see, we're steadily winning the war against Carta. Britain is so far not meeting us head on yet. That is good for us. Let's perhaps keep expanding that. I don't know. Please give up, Carta. Okay, they have no war support. I'm sure they're gonna capitulate any moment. Or perhaps we could throw our general somewhere else. Let's see. What if we go and defend that front? Let's do that. Which front is that? Okay, the front where the battle is happening. Thank you so much, that's where we're going. I need to keep Carta occupied by me, as they will capitulate any moment now. I'm not sure how that mechanic works, but any moment. Yes, we have it. Now the war against the United Kingdom, they don't want a white peace. We have no war goals to press. Actually, you know what? Let's make it an attrition war. Let's see how badly do they want to open that market. What if we win? Oh, and where is our general? Yeah. Which front is that? Here we go. I think we can actually defend against in this front, not in this front, definitely not. That will be deadly to us. Nevertheless, the population is growing because of the incorporation of Western Liberia and Western Mali. Or as it was known previously, Carta. If I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, we're not doing that bad against the British, right? Okay, what happened here? Oh, look at that. That's not me, right? That's... I don't understand. So we have 60 battalions here and 60 here. Okay. Let's go defend this front. Let's see how that works. Okay, man. I'm curious, so I need you to go. That's what the leader of this country said. Unfortunately for all of our wonderful soldiers, I'm the leader of the country. Peace treaty. Aha, the UK has annexed Air. Oh my god, that's terrible. Okay, let's see if we can draw this out. War support in Britain is steadily dropping. -20 now for the peace acceptant. We can defend our honor on the battlefield. Let's see how this battle is going. Hey, it's going our way. How come? Our defense is higher than their offense. I wonder why. So, stalwart defender, 75 army defense, wrathful. Jeremiah is wrathful and plus 10% from being camouflaged. Well, their offense is just army offense. Huh, I like it. We're having casualties in the battle, which we ended up winning. Although now they are taking over from this front. Okay, let's see. What do we have here? What is the problem? States remote Liberia and Western Mali, that's fine. It's almost expected. Liberia needs more infrastructure. Let's go with a little bit of a railway there. Now, what else can we do? Nothing important right now. Let's go back to the battle. Okay. It's interesting that it says we have a disadvantage here, even though actually in the end our defense is higher than their offense. See? Maybe we can actually drag this out and get a white peace with Britain. I really do wonder. If we can indeed do that, then that's great news for us, because we can, at least we can take on Britain to some degree. Or, in other words, it's not the end of the world if the British attack us. No offense meant, Britain. You don't seem to be doing terribly well here, though. In the meantime, the French war against the Prussians is over. I wish I could check, like, some sort of a history or something to see how it went. Anyway, let's go back to our war. We're still holding the front. Almost ready to accept peace. That's what we want. Let's keep the fight going. Let's see what's going on in Australia. New South Wales is dominating the place, with Russia occupying the southern island of New Zealand, or Aotearoa. What else do we have here? France took out half of Marina Kingdom. You know what? France is the real force of evil. It's the empire of this game. For some reason they have decided to leave the late Victorian nations at peace. Let's see, well, how are they doing actually? GDP. Yeah, probably now that they're connected to the French market, they have a much higher GDP. But I'm just speculating. I don't know for sure. Ethiopia kind of got itself together again. United States. Whoa! Oh yeah! Now I remember, we forgot to check on our friends in the Afro-American uprising. Which is, I think that's South Carolina and Georgia. Yeah. So the nation of Afro-American uprising and its sworn enemy, the revolutionary New Africa, are doing quite well. And they're happily outside of the United States for some reason, as is this little piece of Mexico, which is Mexican Colorado. That is quite funny. Right, meanwhile in South America we have Peru, Bolivia, that happens quite often. Brazil, strong as always. Argentina still hasn't taken over this region. While Chile is doing quite well as well. That is good to see. See, China doing well as well. Yeah. Interesting. It seems like the Western powers are not as hyperactive right now in Oceania. Oh, that's Spanish Philippines. Ah, now I understand. So they are indeed active. Even France is here. God damn it. And Russia is taking... Russia, what is going on with you? Okay, I'm quite... Whoa! Russia is doing much better than it did historically. Almost 1,000 battalions, are you kidding me? Well, the standard of living is struggling, which is true for today as well. Right, let's see how our battles are going, and we're losing. Well, it is expected, but perhaps we can broker a peace agreement soon. Okay, size of British loans. So does that mean they have a reserve? I don't quite understand. Wait. Oh, what if we? Oh, can't do that. Okay, let's go on offense a little bit. These are our friends in Messina fighting up. Well, not really fighting off the British, but definitely fighting them. What else do we have here? We're taking back some of the territory. Right, where did our military go? Hello? It's so hard to keep track of the militaries in this game. Where it's advancing towards Gabon, Niger Delta front. And where is that? I'm really confused about all of these fronts. Either way, Britain has not stepped into our country, and we propose a peace deal, peace treaty. Congratulations to Liberia. It has expanded once again without paying any cost towards the British Empire, which didn't really win as much as we thought they would. So this one, quite well. We have incorporated Carta. Now, Futa Toro doesn't like that. But we're just gonna invite them to our beautiful family here quite soon. As we will with Futa Jalon as well. And then after that, I'm thinking if we could get France help us against Great Britain, particularly what I would be interested in is Sierra Leone, because it's doing quite well. It's making engines, making chemical plants, iron mines, logging camps. Look at that. Things are looking great in Sierra Leone. And it has a GDP of 7 million. We could almost triple our GDP if we took over Sierra Leone. So that's definitely something to look into. As long as the French would be okay with that. Let's see. Just had a war with Britain, so I guess no possible diplomatic play. I can't even try to have a diplomatic play with Britain unless I ruin my relationships with them. And France is the enemy in this case. So that's something to decide for the future. As right now, we should just try and build up our country a little bit and recover from the war. Oh, and election is coming up. Let's see. Free Trade Party. Oh, Social Democratic Party is winning because trade unions have the most clout. I suppose that makes sense, as they represent the largest part of our population, while I don't think that the industrialists are that rich in our country, because the industrialists, they have a lot of clout, not because of their numbers, because of their money, but they don't seem to have that much money. Let's say politics. And what do we have here? 18.2. So the votes, that's their population, is 374, enhanced by 3 million in wealth. Okay, well, yeah, I think that means they're not as rich. We can compare that with rural folk, get 2 million from wealth. I mean, it's still, industrialists are still disproportionately powerful because of their wealth, but they don't seem to have that much wealth. It's 31 to 120. They are the richest ones anyway. Look at that. Where are the landowners? Landowners are just as rich as petite bourgeoisie. Armed forces are just about as poor as our trade unions. Either way, this is looking quite good. Perhaps we can think about changing some laws here. I was thinking about rights of women, but obviously, for some reason, can't enact. Oh, no. Trade unions. Intelligentsia. Why is everybody's against women's suffrage. I mean, it makes sense because historically almost everybody was against women's suffrage, but come on. Just to clarify my statement, not everyone was against women's suffrage. The men were. That is a difficult one. I don't think we have anybody supporting women's suffrage. That is a huge issue. That might mean that we might end the game without women's suffrage, because trade unions, intelligentsia are against it. So I guess everybody else is kind of neutral about it. Well, I never expected this problem. Yeah, everybody so far not good on women's rights. Perhaps there is a way we can change that. But for now, let's look into some labor rights. Workers' protections, what can they change exactly? That would mean we need to have a minimum wage, which is fine. Additional bureaucracy cost and minus 20% dangerous working conditions. That sounds fine, actually. Or we can do that with regulatory bodies. Well, we are a social democratic government, I suppose, so we should have some minimum wage as well. But we're gonna expand our government institutions and then look into expanding some workers' rights here. And in the meantime, we'll think about incorporating Futa Toro as a vassal. Yeah, so please do come back next time to watch Liberia bully its neighbors so that it would have enough power to oppose the French influence in the region. Next time we're going to try to incorporate Futa Toro and Futa Jalon, or Jalon. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. And then we're going to start, maybe we're going to start bullying the Scandinavians a little bit. Because I don't know if they should have a port here. I think it has a lot of bases in anything, really. And all they have for an ally is Netherlands. I think I can beat Netherlands. Oh, they are a protectorate of Prussia. Scratch that. We're gonna look into someone who's not a protectorate of Prussia. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.